All right. All right. Getting everything set up. If you're watching this afterwards, just know gonna give it a couple minutes for people to hop in here. Yo. Sorry. Sit here looking at Twitter as I sit here and just kind of scroll through, just seeing some funny stuff. Sitting here, just waiting for. Gonna give it a minute, let people get in here real quick. How about them Pacers? Getting ready for the game. Figured just get on here. Had a busy day. But wanted to get on for just a little while here before the Pacers game. And really, I guess we are in that part of the offseason. Not a whole lot happening in Colts world outside of the Anthony Richardson stuff. We've already had 2 separate videos about that, but Destin Adams did put out an article about an hour ago kind of talking about this. I just opened this up, so I haven't really looked at this. Really just coming in here, I want to see what insight does he have, what else has been said that we need to know about. Shane Steichen, I did see something about Steichen and him kind of going back on the fact that Anthony Richardson might not be ready for camp, and once he's ready to throw, they're going to ease him into throwing, and Shane being Shane for sure. So we'll see what happens, but by all intents and purposes, I saw something else. I can't remember. Field Yates, maybe it was somebody else. Somebody else said that it sounds from other sources like there's 1,000% chance that Anthony Richardson is ready to go by the time training camp comes around. So we'll see what happens. But of course, with Anthony out, that means Daniel Jones assumes quarterback 1 roles, right? And as long as Anthony's out, that's going to be the case. Shane Steichen already said so. If Anthony wasn't there at the beginning of camp, Daniel Jones would be the guy taking all the number 1 reps. And of course, with Anthony out here in mini camps, and then you already know it's swaying a little bit that way because of the availability. But hopefully, AR when they come back for mandatory minicamp, he's obviously going to be out, and Daniel Jones is going to get more time. So when they come back for training camp, going to be important for Anthony Richardson to be able to get on the field. Let's see here. The quote from Tom Pelissero says, Shane Steichen saying he'll be back sometime in training camp really isn't really what I want to hear if I'm somebody rooting for Anthony Richardson to beat out Daniel Jones for that job. But he also says that he was separately told yesterday. Okay, so it was Tom Pelissero. So told separately yesterday that there's a 1,000% chance he's going to be ready for training camp. So, little wishy-washy, the whole situation. Who knows what's going to happen? But really, no new information outside of Shane Steichen being non-committal for the most part. Let's see, come over here, 1 second. Yeah, I mean we're definitely creeping up on bust territory, unfortunately, with Anthony. So much potential, such a good human. Hope it works out, but right now, like all the confidence that I had in him coming into this season, all the stuff I was saying, I mean, all down the drain, pretty much. You got to be able to be available. You got to be able to be available. But there is some more information from OTAs that I kind of wanted to go over with you guys that we didn't have a video on this week. Kevin Bowen was a good source of information on 1075thefan.com. And obviously, we've talked about the quarterback stuff. Michael Pittman Jr. at one point went down. What was it? Ankle or knee? Something of the sort. I'll find it at some point. But Michael Pittman Jr. went down, limped off on his own power. But you got to imagine they're gonna be cautious. Michael Pittman Jr. might not participate in the mini camps, but be available for training camp. Excuse me. Then you have a kicker battle going on. So obviously we expect Spencer Schrader to be the guy. Spencer Schrader getting signed back, but we also have Maddox Trujillo. And both of these guys competed in an 11-on-11 field goal session. This was in Thursday's practice, the one available to the media. And a perfect day for each of them, with both of them hitting from 33, 40, 45, and 54. And then you also have Trujillo, undrafted kicker out of Temple. Sheesh. Starting offense in 2-minute drive. Apparently, our rookie DJ Giddens was able to make a play. Not really much on that. Most impressive defensive play on Thursday was safety Nick Cross in a contract year, prying a deep ball out of the hands of Will Mallory. So Nick Cross, expect to have him come into this season making plays, like especially with the way the rest of the secondary is. Of course, you hope the secondary is good enough that the defensive line is able to make a lot of plays, but I do expect our safeties to be able to make a lot of plays on the back end. Of course, Nick Cross has experience playing near the line of scrimmage, and we'll see how much he ends up doing that in Lou Anarumo's scheme. I think both Cam Bynum and Nick Cross can kind of be interchangeable, right? You can float the defense and flip the defense how you need to, because your safeties can both cover on the deep end, but also be able to come and play near the line of scrimmage and be able to make a play. So excited to see what the combination of those two are going to be able to do. Let's see. Steichen also, during his press conference, another note on defense. Third-round cornerback Justin Wally is somebody that stuck out enough that Shane Steichen brought him up specifically as he was talking about the defense. Excuse me. Thursday with Jalen Jones and Juju Brents not participating in practice. And so far, veteran safety Cam Bynum said he has also been impressed by Wally's confident yet humble presence. So having Wally, kind of exactly what we were hoping it was going to be. We were hoping Wally would come in, be a guy that even as a depth piece, is going to be able to make an impact. And looking into him after the draft, certainly seemed like a guy that has a lot of potential to be a really good player in the NFL. And we'll see how is he going to get incorporated into the defense being the way it is, right? We have Ward, we have Brents, we have Jones. Of course, you have Kenny Moore. So a lot of guys in that room all of a sudden. And Wally adding to that, having depth at that position, right? And that is a depth position. Wide receiver, cornerback, two really good spots to have depth. And at this point, I feel like from both sides of those, Colts, one of the better in the league in both of them, wide receiver depth and at cornerback depth, in my opinion. Assuming Wally can go into the season and go into his career and be able to make an impact. But the early read on it is that Wally's going to be a guy that's going to be able to make plays on the defensive side of the ball. So apparently Tanner Bortolini and Danny Pinter are sharing starting duties. Tanner Bortolini in the first week of open OTA session, he was the starting center. And now this week with Daniel Jones being QB1, Danny Pinter is now center 1. Happened there. That might be something to watch during training camp. And here's the Michael Pittman news. Went down in the 11-on-11 play during Thursday's practice. It was unclear if Pittman Jr. Went down without contact or if there was a collision. The veteran wideout stayed down for a few seconds before limping off under his own power. He eventually walked into the building with a member of the team's medical staff. And since this point, we haven't heard anything about it. So I assume, again, he's going to be just fine. No major news from that aspect, at least that I know of up to this point. Players that didn't appear to be participating in the second OTA of 2025. Josh Downs, soft tissue injury. Drew Ogletree, soft tissue injury. Zaire Franklin, boot on his left leg after ankle surgery earlier this month. Jalen Carlisle, recovering from off-season shoulder surgery. Charvarius Ward, reintegrating into team drills after time away with his family. Cornerback Jalen Jones, no reason provided. Daniel Scott, and all these guys I'm about to name, no reason provided. Jalen Jones, Daniel Scott, Blaine Taylor, David Long Jr., DeForest Buckner, Kwity Paye, Samson Ebicom, Isaiah Land, Maximilian Mang. That is a sweet name, dude. Liam Anderson. And running back Jonathan Taylor was back after missing last week's open OTA session when he was away practicing on his own. But he is back with the team and practicing with the team. And those are notes just from Thursday's practice. We've gone over the quarterback stuff plenty. I haven't really seen anything because the media doesn't have the practices available to them the way that they'll have training camp practices available to them. So there's not a whole lot coming out about Colts OTA. It's really just whatever we're hearing. And all we're really hearing is stuff about the quarterback. So, as I've looked, it's really nothing new. We're not doing joint practice with the Bengals. There was rumors that was going to happen. We are not. It's only with the Ravens and the Packers. But really, from a Colts front, nothing new. Been very busy. In Florida, really busier than I expected to be. Haven't been able to go through the Bengals game tape yet. Going to be busy this week as well, but I really want to dive into that. Somebody commented on that in a video about going through Bengals tape and really looking into that, getting a feel for how our guys are going to do in Lou Anarumo's system and really try to deep dive into the team during this dead period. Obviously, we have the rest of June, most of July to be able to go through this, but it's going to be a lot to comb through and a lot of content to put out from that. And I want to be able to go through that with you guys. Just with the day job, a lot going on. Been a weird week, man. Really busy week. I was only able to work out, twice this week. Went and got a little cardio in today. That's why the stream is so late. Made for my third workout throughout the week. But, right, I guess if you're starting on Monday, third. If you're starting on Sunday, my first of the week. But starting on Monday, right? It's just a busy week. And, again, another busy week coming up with the day job. Going to get content to you guys every day, right? Trying to get content to you guys every day. So going to continue to do that, whatever it may be. I'm going to try to come up with some stuff. And again, if you guys ever have anything you want to talk about, don't be afraid to let that be known in the comment section. Like, hey, had an idea. This is what I think we should talk about. Whatever the case may be. Really nothing going on. So I see Dark Horse go. Bryant, appreciate you guys stopping in. Anybody else that's in here, but not in the chat. Appreciate you guys hopping in here on a Sunday. I know it's kind of last minute. Scheduled it like 20 minutes before we went live, so kind of short notice, but appreciate you guys hopping in here. Pacers going to be playing soon, and ready for that. Ready for game 2. That's going to be incredible. How they are hurt his shoulder. Rumor is the FO wanted DJ to get the reps. Also, what's the conspiracy behind Morocco getting fired? I haven't looked into the Morocco Brown thing. Meant to do that. I do want to look into the Morocco Brown thing, see if there's anything there at all. Really haven't heard anything. How did AR hurt his shoulder? Throwing too much. Kind of same thing with CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud sitting out of practices because he's throwing too much. He's got a sore shoulder. Happens to a lot of guys in the offseason, especially a lot of young guys that have to work on things. Getting a sore shoulder, not so much a big deal. Of course, with Anthony, it's a bigger deal because he has the history of shoulder injuries. And, of course, with us, has a shoulder injury with the AC joint. So people going to trip out about that, of course. But really, from all intents and purposes, doesn't sound like it's going to be a big deal. Shane Steichen, it makes it seem like it's going to be a big deal. I don't think it is really. And I think it's something that get him on a good plan for throwing and a better plan where he's not overworking his arm. And he'll be just fine after getting a decent amount of rest. Right, yeah, okay. So just go in the chat letting you know, yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. Consistency is the most important thing, of course. Consistency, my friend, as I float through life here at 32 years old, just turned 32 years old, figuring out consistency is the most important thing with just about anything. Just about anything. So, especially for these NFL players at the highest level, consistency, without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt. Shout out The Rock. Without a shadow of a doubt, consistency is the most important thing. So what you guys been up to, man? How you guys been? Colts Nation check-in. How you guys doing, man? How many of you are Pacers fans, excited for this Pacers game? I know we have Pacers fans from different places. So I know some of you may not be Pacers fans, but sitting here, I got NBA TV on up here, kind of just waiting for the game to come on. Starts at 8 o'clock. We will be done before 8 o'clock. so that we can be ready to go for that. Boy, and I just saw one of the Colts guys, Colts reporter. I think he's a reporter. I feel like I'm just gonna click on it real quick. I don't want to be disrespectful. So he's an NFL analyst and host of Colts Law and Believe. If a lot of people know, right? Lawrence Owen. He says here, no team has ever went up 2-0 on the road 3 times in a row in the NFL or in the NBA playoffs. Pacers have a chance today against the Thunder to make that history, which would be pretty sweet. Would be pretty sweet. Colts are, gosh, on a Colts channel sitting here talking about the Pacers, keep saying the Colts. Pacers go up 2-0, dude. It's going to be, might be blouses, you feel me? Robert Mathis, not being on Hall of Fame, disrespectful for sure. All right, so maybe I'm not good enough at my job. Maybe I'm not a good enough fan. Why did I not know Don Shula coached the Colts from 63 to 69? What? Yeah, sitting here, I'm just looking through. I'm trying to find anything I can scrounge up, any information maybe we have missed. Yeah, there's really nothing, man. When you search up the Colts, really all that's coming up is quarterback nonsense. Yeah. Fortunately, nothing really popping up. Go to the home page, try to update the home page, see if there's anything new happening. Yeah, I mean, this is the year, man. This is the year. And of course, with the quarterback situation, what's up, Paul? Appreciate you hopping in the chat. With the quarterback situation being what it like, I'm optimistic, but I see what you guys see, right? I just choose to look at the positive and hope for good, I guess. So I'm hopeful that whichever quarterback wins the battle, they win the battle. And I think that this team is, I really believe this team is good enough around the quarterback to make some noise, man. I really do. You just need somebody, like what people call a game manager, bro. Like, that's all I want. Like, just don't lose the game for me as a quarterback is all I really ask for, you know. And if we can get that, we'll be all right, man. We'll be in a really good spot if we can get some good, consistent quarterback play. Fear no gears. Appreciate you having it, or appreciate you coming in here, bub. Hope doesn't get you in the playoffs. But I love it. No, 100%. Like, I'm not going to put a bet on the Colts to make the playoffs for sure. Right? Like the Pacers, right? I have some future bets on the Pacers because the Pacers are incredible. And I actually believe in them. I'm not going to do that with the Colts. For the last 2 years, just keep wasting every year on AR hype. Yeah, I mean, dude, honestly, this team's been good. Like, you think about the year and in this is why Chris Ballard has gotten as long as he's gotten, because pretty much every team since Andrew Luck retired, if you throw Andrew Luck back into it, we're competing for a championship. Even the 2022 season, when all hope was lost, horrible year. They went and got Matt Ryan because it was a team that was supposed to be able to go. Now, obviously, Shaq Leonard's injury changes the trajectory of things. Jonathan Taylor gets hurt, changes the trajectory of things. Matt Ryan not being Matt Ryan changes things. But I mean, this team's been ready to win for a minute. You just need good quarterback play, and that's really what we haven't been able to get. Excuse me. Yeah, dude, Pacers are nuts. Um, Last year I watched in the playoffs. And of course, like doing this, like this is its own full time job. I have a full time job. Like I'm a busy dude, but been able to. I started watching the Pacers again a little bit after the All Star break, and really started paying attention to basketball again. And what the Pacers are doing is unbelievable, dude. Like as a Pacers fan, it's unreal. As a sports fan and a basketball fan in general, unreal what the Pacers are able to do has been insane. Like the Neesmith 6 threes coming back to win that game against the Knicks. Like unbelievable. The what the Pacers have done this playoffs is nuts. Finishing teams off, gentlemen sweeps every series, except for the Knicks. Obviously, ended up winning in 6. Like, I was just talking to my cousin earlier. Oops, sorry. Talking about Team of Destiny has been so cliche over time, so overused. There's never been a better definition for Team of Destiny than this Pacers team. DJ is the Terminator says, "Don't worry, I'll take you to the playoffs with a $2 donation." Let's go, brother. Appreciate you hopping into the chat with a little donation there. Appreciate you. I hope, man. Hope we can make it to the playoffs. Let's go. If the Colts make it to the playoffs, that means one of the quarterbacks did what we needed them to do. Games in 20 minutes, going live to stream the game. Nah. So this is Colts channel. I signed a contract for this. This is not my channel, so I can't just pop live. And because it's Colts, right? Gotta stay related to, right? So won't be live for the Pacers game. I do know that the Bring the Juice guys go live for the Pacers game. Really, probably wouldn't have been a bad idea. I had a channel before, Horseman Sports. Probably wouldn't have been a terrible idea to go live for the Pacers games on that channel. Might have to think about doing something like that going forward over on that channel. Kind of resurrect that. Defensive Pacers improved the most, without a doubt. And having Nimhard and Neesmith is like and I guess Miles Turner as well, really helps that along. Having those dominant perimeter guys, but it also helps set the tone for the rest of the team in general. Right? You get the rest of the team playing that defense, and you're in a really good spot. And obviously, some guys better than others, but specifically Nimhard, what he's been able to do. Now, during the Knicks series, offensively, Nimhard was a massive liability for most of that series. But defensively, especially in the closeout game, unreal. Now, Thunder are 16-2 after losses this season. So we'll see what happens, but I have a lot of faith in the Pacers. Think they're going to be able to get it done. Have a lot of hope they're going to be able to get it done. Think YouTube is messing up for live streams tonight. Yeah, I don't know. But I want to get some food with this game about to start. Got my cardio workout in. Did an hour cardio right before I did this. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little parched. So ready to guzzle down some water for a little while. Get some food in me. Kick back, relax. Take a shower at halftime probably, because I'm not trying to miss any of this game, to be honest with you. And with that said, man, I appreciate anybody that hopped in here last minute, man. Of course, you guys know how I feel about you. I appreciate you guys so much. Love what I do. Love that my diehards are always in here no matter what, man. I appreciate you guys. And we're going to keep going through the off season. Gonna continue to try to go live every Sunday, continue to try to pop out content for you guys. You guys have any ideas, you let me know in any of the comment sections. If you want to continue to support the channel, my brothers, continue to hit that like button on every video, subscribe, have notifications on, all that good stuff. Share with any Colts people, you know the deal. And I appreciate you guys. You all take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll talk to you guys soon.